And with that, it looks like we are ready to go. Say hello to Lady Starbird and Legacy of the Wizard.
See, I was told yesterday this was Legacy of the Lizard, and I'm like, I need to sprite change this to make all the characters lizards now, so that might be in the future.
I could do that. I could totally do that.
You totally
I'll give
could.
you. I will give you actual Bub and Bob.
That's an idea. I mean, Bob and Poachy. That's what we need, right? Oh, hello everybody. I'm Lady Starbird, and I am going to walk through Legacy of the Wizard because that seems to be how I'm doing things today. Anyone who's played the game on the NES knows how difficult this game is. I'm actually playing the version on the Switch, but it's also available on PC, PS4, and Xbox One through the Namco Museum Archives Volume 2, which is about $20. And just for this game alone for me, well worth the price. I have Dragon Dark with me, one of the best runners of the game, who would do a much better job, but here I am. Aren't you all lucky?
You'll do fine.
This game, famous last words.
Just beating this game in a fast time at all is an accomplishment.
I think beating this game at all is an accomplishment.
This is true.
I'm just going to let the computer just do the job for me. But anyways, Dragon Dark's probably going to do most of the explanation, but I'm ready whenever. So I'll give a countdown, I suppose. And pray my internet holds up. So I may be doing what's called internet skip, so bear with me, everybody. All right, let's give a countdown. Well, hang on. Let me do a reset first. That'll give a countdown. So we got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So I gotta talk to the old man first because he's gonna make sure. Oh yeah, go in with no RNG and pray I don't mess this up. So Dragon Dark, do you want to explain how scroll manipulation works?
Sure. So you saw Lady Starbird talk to the old man there and just go to enter a password and then not enter the password. That was actually intentional because that fixes the RNG to a very specific point. And we're going to use that to try to manipulate some of these scrolls here, where we have to kill enemies at very specific points. Looks like she got the first one. These scrolls increase your movement speed. As you can see, she's moving at twice the speed that she was before. So we want to kill this enemy on a specific point. We're going to get a... Ooh, we didn't get the cross there. You're supposed to get a cross there, which would have killed all the enemies in here. You would have gotten another scroll. Should be able to still get this one, at least.
Well, I got one, but it wasn't as I was intending for 3, but...
we'll take it.
I just got 3. That's about as much as I can actually do with Lil anyway. There is a 5-minute with Lil that will basically take me through her entire area, but this one is actually particularly very difficult. And I just do the best I can. And I'm actually a key low because I messed up that minute. I end up with a scroll on it, but I did mess it up. So I gotta key farm a little bit, which I do have a good spot for that. And that's where my sugar high runs out.
Yeah, just to stress, these manips, in some cases, are actually literal frame-perfect movement. You cannot be off at all, or the enemy, because enemies moving around, anything that has like random movement, like those 2 enemies you just saw here on the left side of the screen, those both call the RNG. This jumping, I don't know what the heck that was. It was like a bald guy or something. That also messes with the RNG, and anytime they go to move, they're going to call the RNG quite a bit. So you have to be very specific in when you're killing enemies, where you're moving, what direction you're moving. These manips are very, very difficult. I cannot stress that enough, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm not exactly one of the best runners of this game. I'm going to do a small key grind here. Also, 4 keys, and I actually messed that up, but I can get another key, so that's fine.
Also, what you saw there just a moment ago was pause jumping. This game, if you jump and then pause the game once, and then pausing the game once resets your vertical velocity is 0, and then pausing it again allows you to just jump from midair, and that's going to be used pretty extensively throughout the run. She also picked up an extra scroll, a scroll from a chest right there. This scroll actually lasts for 60 seconds and has a higher cap for your speed. Normally your cap is at scroll speed 4, which is 4 pixels per frame. Chest scroll speed actually goes up to 6 pixels per frame, but you can only get it if you are capped out on scroll speed prior to picking up the chest scroll, which is why we would do a very extensive manip there normally to get up to that scroll speed before picking up that chest scroll, but it takes 4 scrolls to get there in time.
I am picking up the fire rod, which normally you don't get, but it does make the next set of manipulations a bit more consistent. Because I am going to be bringing out everybody's favorite monster, that's Pochi, for the next crown. And his range is pretty short. The fire rod doubles the attack range, and will make getting that scroll set up a bit easier. That being said,
you and your newfangled scroll manips. Back in my day, we used to use Lil for 3 crowns.
Right? Hey, I was stressed out how good Pochi was. But I know you cut out a good portion of Pochi's area if you use Lil, but it's a heck of a lot more dangerous. You actually need to have that elixir that I picked up. I picked it up for safety for the 4th boss, and you'll see why, especially if I end up needing it.
Yeah, so for those who aren't familiar with this game, every area that you go through is actually kind of built around one of the characters. This is actually Lil's intended area. There's a lot of places where you need to be able to jump very high, and the item that Lady Starbird bought in the lower section was the Matic, which breaks blocks, which is absolutely required to get to the boss here, so no one else can complete this area except for Lil. However, because of pause jumping and because of how some other mechanics work, it is possible to do a couple of other areas with characters that were not intended to be done. One of which being Pochi, since Pochi's only special ability is that Pochi does not take damage from walking through normal monsters. The catch is, in Pochi's area, all the monsters do an incredibly high amount of damage. And doing it with another character, you have a very real risk of getting killed just going through there by taking too many hits. We also do this speedrun still does do one other area with Lil. We do the Father's area, or Zem's area. Zem's special item allows him to push blocks instead of breaking them, and his area has a lot of block puzzles. Normally you can't get through it with Lil because you need to pause jump in order to get to certain places, whereas Zem would push the blocks and just kind of ride them so he can get through each section. But we'll get to that in a little bit because that's not where we're going next.
Yeah, we are bringing out everyone's favorite pink monster coming up. So I gotta reset the RNG, take Pochi, and grab the fire rod. Sometimes I take the elixir too, but I've been okay. I take it because sometimes the boss here actually bodies me, and I don't like it, but I've gotten to a point I can actually do this reliably without it, so...
Also, that first boss you saw there went down relatively quick because the way damage is calculated in this game is when your projectile is out, it does damage every single frame that it's touching an enemy's hitbox.
I bonked on the ceiling, and I couldn't get my shot straight.
See, and in this case, it's actually fine. You run back to the house, you'll reset the RNG again, you get another shot at it. In most cases, it is worth it to go back to the house and try again if you miss it. I think it's at the 3rd try is where you basically break even if you get it. And the 4th try, you're actually losing time from how many trips you have to make back. It's about 30 seconds to go back to the house, re-equip, select a new character, talk to the old man. So you don't want to do it. You don't want to try it too many times, but 3rd try is still break-even point for the most part.
Yeah, and this is try number 3, and I'm already getting Nintendo thumbs, so now I understand why these newer controllers are a lot more comfortable on the thumbs. Because I am actually, even though I'm playing on the Switch, I am using the Switch NES controller. So it does give me the same feel.
Is it a brick or a dog bone?
It's a brick.
Oh, ew.
There's one.
Bricks and those razor cut D-pads.
Red, green, red. There's 3. Grab the cross, and there's 4. So, and that's what I did not want to do. Yeah, 4. There's actually a really long sequence of manips for Pochi's area. I am not that talented because this is Scroll Speed 4 is pretty tough, and especially in this area. And like I said, I'm not that skilled.
It's fortunate this area isn't that long, thankfully.
Yeah.
And as long as you're using Pochi, you're not really in any danger of dying, thankfully.
I should have just pause jumped there, but Pochi's pause jump is rather slow. This is about where my sugar scroll high, taquito scrolls. Taquito high, that's what I'm just going to call it, because it's a sugar taquito. And I am a little low on money. I want to at least get one more, but actually no, I think I should be fine, because if I get Lil's Minute fine, I'll have enough to do it. I at least try to make sure I have over 30 magic for the boss. Please come, nope. Green Skeleton has not been cooperating with me.
Yeah, that's one of the dangers of doing this area with Pochi, is that the faster way to come in is to come in from the right here, and unfortunately Pochi cannot jump high enough to get up there. You need the skeleton to give you a boost. Also note, I am not familiar with this manip, because this is not what we used to do when I ran the game.
Yeah, the newfangled world record strats,
I still say we could come up with a Zem first route. We got to put that mustache back in the game.
I mean, there is such thing as family percent, which uses every character, and my PB actually uses Zem first, and it does use every character. It's the glove is very tricky to use, but basically what it does is you do Zem first, you get the glove, you do those scroll manips and everything, but you go to his area with 0 keys. That way, that chest scroll that's in front of his area, you don't pick up, and you use that in Mayna's area. So you can get scroll speed 5 before you even enter her area.
Ah, that makes sense.
And, alright, so finally coming on the boss. I think I should have enough magic.
So, in theory, this area actually is only supposed to be doable by Pochi, because these chests right here, the mimic you saw that just fell to the ground, they do 100 damage. They will kill any character on contact except for Pochi. We used to get around this by just having an elixir equipped, which prevented it from kill. It would still kill you, but the elixir would revive you.
Well, that's what I was afraid of.
Yeah, unfortunately,
I should have just used my rewind button, because this game does have a rewind, but that'd be cheating, right? So I'm actually gonna go with elixir this time. I already apologize. This might put me over a little bit, especially if I can't hit the dip. I was worried about this.
The unfortunate thing is, bosses win in ties.
And it did. But hey, I at least got the scroll 1 first thing, so... Get red. And I messed that up. Yep. Well, we're going to be taking the slow route. I apologize, everybody. And I'm also sorry I'm not reading chat, so you can all yell at me later. Or just, spam Alphones or something like that.
This game is very difficult to read chat.
Oh, for sure.
Try and read chat while you're doing a run.
Yeah.
I know firsthand just how difficult it is.
Yeah, so... but this is the one challenge about doing Erebone with, which is that boss's name, with Pochi, is I have to kind of get in his hitbox, but I also was very short on magic, because the magic rod uses double my magic in order to take a shot, and Pochi has auto fire. He's the only character with auto fire. And despite him having a 3 attack, he's got such a short range, and his attacks disappear quickly. They don't stay in the hitbox long enough, so and I don't have enough magic. I probably do now, but
You can fire faster than the auto fire fires.
yeah, if you mash. If the skeleton guy is not cooperating again. Yeah, this is just the nature legacy of the wizard, especially with Pochi strats.
Skeleton is totally not being a friend here.
No. If I'm lucky, I can get a lucky scroll, but probably not going to happen. My money threshold's a little... And of course, I say that, and what happens? I get my lucky taquito.
One of the reasons we actually used to do this area with Lil instead of Pochi is because you can actually skip part of this room right here, this green room. When you come in, you just go right and you take the upper path. And you'll notice at the top there's a block that's breakable, and Lil can just break it and come out there. Maina can do the same thing if you were to come in here with her crossbow. She could just fling it across the screen. But in both cases, it's you take a lot of damage coming through here because they really did intend for this area to be done with Pochi.
Open that elixir. I should have enough magic this time, but I'm always the reason I try and just tank those first few hits rather than try and shoot them is because I have enough magic. And yeah, of course, now I don't need the elixir. Thank you, game. You're very nice. Pochi's got this perfect face for me right now. Just mad. Alright, we're done with Pochi's area. Say bye-bye to the big monster.
Pochi is so angry.
Pochi's very angry. I mean, I am too.
I mean, Pochi's, I think, the only character that walks around with a frown all the time.
Yeah, I mean, you can't tell if Zem is because of his mustache, but...
I like to believe Zem doesn't actually have a mouth. Well, he has a mouth right there until you actually choose him as your character. Then he has a mustache.
This is true. Alright, let's see if I can do this Manip.
I actually find this Manip right here to be easier without the Power Knuckle, believe it or not.
And they're going in the wrong spot. You know, I'm just going to go back and try again. I want ludicrous speed, gosh darn it!
I think you dropped down a little. I think that's the pattern you get when you drop down a little bit too early.
Yeah, I think so too.
That's what I was talking about earlier, is that you have to be very specific in your movement. After you get that second scroll, you have to delay just a little bit. You have to delay just a little bit before you drop down, or the enemies won't give you the right pattern and you won't get your scroll.
Yeah, we'll try it again. If I don't get it, then I'm sorry, you may not see ludicrous speed today. Which is going to make me sad, because that's because ludicrous speed will save me a bunch of time as long as I don't mess up the movement. One. I think I might be late. Nope, I got three. Cross for 4. All right, my friend, we actually might see ludicrous speed. So, do you want to explain what ludicrous? Oh shoot, did I not? I didn't grab it. Well, I don't have enough money. No. No, I don't have enough money. You know what?
Your magic's too low.
You know what? Yeah. You know what? I'll just get it on Maina's go through. I'll have to grab more money to stay at the end. I thought I would have had enough money, but we got ludicrous speed. I wanted to at least demonstrate that.
Yeah, it's fine. Maina can
That's the most important thing. I was like, why is it not grabbing the key stick? I'm like, no, I'm 1 gold short.
So, welcome to Ludicrous Speed. This is 6 pixels per frame, and probably one of the most uncontrollable ways to play any game ever.
Yeah, it's
I cannot begin to stress how difficult this is to actually control. All blocks in this game are 16 by 16 pixels, and moving 6 at a time makes it so you sometimes just can't even get into some of these gaps at all.
Yeah, if I could at least get past the maw, which is this area here, then that's about, and I did not mean to do that, that's about as good as I can get, and that's about as far as I can get. I know there are ways to extend it, but despite me not getting the key stick here, it's not run over. I can get more gold, and which actually means I don't have to gold grind here because I do need to stay at an inn. But I do need to get that key stick. Worst comes to worst, I could always just get it in Mayna's area with Mayna, but I still have to. I still would have to go to an inn, but it would at least save me some money.
Also,
I know there is a. Oh, go ahead.
To put it into perspective about ludicrous speed, I said 6 pixels per frame. To give you an idea of just how far you can travel, you move about 1 1/3 screens per second.
Yeah.
That is how fast you are moving.
And oh shoot, I was afraid of that. So this is the only reason why Lil's possible in this area is good old pause jumping.
Yeah, this area here, you would need Zem to get across. You take those blocks from the left side and you'd push them in a very specific way, so you could actually you'd ride one across the gap, so you could get over here. Lil can't naturally jump high enough to get up there, although with the spring shoes, I think you can just barely make that.
It's tough, but I think it can be done.
Because I know I cleared this area. I used to clear this area as a kid with Lil somehow, and I didn't know about pause jumping back then.
Then you're probably right that it was probably very much the spring shoes work.
So welcome to the most poorly placed scroll in the game, because unfortunately there's an area right after this that kind of makes this scroll
I
pointless.
did not want to get that. Okay. Thanks for making me lose a key game. And now we enter the block towers.
You just wanted to show off some more butt bread.
That's exactly what it is. The bread that is in the shape of the butt.
Also, even if you manage to get through the rest of Zem's area without with another character, this area is supposed to be the one spot that kind of prevents you from getting through it, because Zem's glove doesn't use magic when he pushes blocks. Every other character who can move blocks around spends a magic to do it. There are 13 rows of 9 blocks, so it takes numbers. Let me think. 117. It takes 117 magic to get through this, when your actual magic cap is only 109.
Yeah,
and after staying at an inn, you only have 99 magic left, or it'll refill you to 99. So you generally don't have enough unless you want to farm magic in this room, or in our case, we're bringing the magic potion with us to give us a full refill.
Yeah, that's the only reason we actually have to stay in because our I just want to kill this thing because my health is getting to an uncomfortable spot. And there's my lucky scroll. Yay! I will take a lucky scroll any day. You go back for Taquito. That's the rule of this game.
Oh, it's always worth it to go back for Taquito.
Yeah. Even if you've already had one Taquito, you go back for more. The only downside of Taquito is because shots also go faster. Yeah, I'm not comfortable with. I'm gonna stay at an inn. I need to gold grind or something, but
you could go up and get the safety butt bread above where the crown is.
Oh, that's actually a good idea. I will probably do that.
Since your magic actually looks really good right now.
Yeah, my magic's fine. The only issue also is I need gold.
Yeah, you do need more money, so I think it would be much better to just go up and get the safety bread up to the upper area.
Yeah, I may have to gold grind before actually going in, before doing scroll manip and everything.
Just be mindful, some of these enemies on the left side do a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Oh, you're just gonna go straight up this way, okay.
Try to, anyway. You know what? This game, I will...
I've never actually gone up to this way. I always go to the left.
And I think I'm actually going to end up doing that because... Let's hope this... Okay, there's the bread. Okay. Should be fine.
I didn't even realize you could come up through those. I thought those were actually solid from the bottom.
I didn't either. I took a chance.
I just went way over to the left side and climbed the ladder over there.
We're learning a bunch of new tech today. That's all it is.
But that is the safety bot bread. You get that before fighting Archwinger, because Archwinger can ruin your day in a hurry.
And of course, you know what, game? This is probably one of the worst runs I've ever done. I would have reset long ago after experiencing half of this, but you're all getting to see how much fun this game is. Now we have Archwinger. Oh, he went under. Okay. Whew. So I am in a pickle because I need money. Although
you could probably just farm some in the very first room.
I could do that, or I could just go get it with Mana. Go get the key itself. I don't know why I did that. That would take a lot more time, I realized, and I actually...
I'm honestly not sure which would be faster.
I don't either. But I just did the... Although if I kill it fast enough, I should get money, but... So you're saying farm money where?
Basically right in the first room, just kill enemies there while your magic's still high.
Of course.
And then you can just come back to the house, take a refill, re-equip, and then go in as you normally would.
Yeah, we may have to. Of course, I get that scroll minute first thing. Money.
But just to explain how the drop system works in this game, it goes on a priority system. Basically, if your magic is less than 30, it will always drop magic. If your life is life is less than 20, it will always drop life. And if your keys are less than 2, it will always drop keys. Wow, nice second lucky taquito there.
Yep. And the thing is, that's kind of scary. I probably should have gotten the key and come back, or just, I don't know. This run is going a million different ways to Sunday, as I kind of figured it would. I'm gonna let this scroll run out. Okay, it ran out anyway. This is fine.
Yeah, the scroll timers actually run on every screen. Pause menus, in the house, equipment menu, doesn't matter. It runs on every single screen.
And this is actually the hardest minute for me to hit. Okay, we got it. That might be late. No, I got it. Okay. So I just want enough scroll speed to get me past the ladder, and I'm bonking. I hit every bonk. Leave it to me. And even when I wasn't supposed to. Oh god, this is just awful.
You forgot to buy the key wand.
Son of a... You know what? This is why we have wings. I get so excited on hitting minute 4, I forgot the most important piece I needed to do.
Well, the thing is, you normally never buy the wings when you're using mana.
Yeah, that's the thing. Well, I will be taking an extra in-stay. Unfortunately now, we have to do this. Grab some money. Ow. You know what? We're just gonna have a blast here and laugh at everything. And go over my estimate by like 10 minutes. Actually, I don't think it'll be that bad, but since I do need money, I'm gonna have to stay at the inn. I'm trying to think of which inn I need to stay at.
Based on your number of keys, I'm not exactly sure. I don't remember where all the inn. I only remember where like one inn is in Maynard's
I'm probably gonna take. There is one. There is one in not the next area, but the area after. And I definitely don't want to key grind.
No, you don't want to do you don't want to pull task strats here.
Yeah. I will take that key. The inn I'm thinking of is, I'm pretty sure it's in the next area at the end. and which, based on my health count right now, I will probably take. So, backup strats, right? Which nobody ever does, because it's like, if it gets this bad, you reset. And it might have actually been quicker for me just to reset the entire run. Alright, so I believe the end's on the right side of the screen.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think there is one over there.
And just because I am going back for money, because I still need at least...
realistically, a couple more instays at this point. Equipment's fine. We don't need to buy anything else. It's just stopping at the inn.
Getting the key stick, if I remember to. Fun times, right? Key stick, you're over on this side. It sure is.
Also, if you're wondering why we can walk right over spikes without taking damage, if you hold up, your character does like this little one-frame hop, and because you're doing that hop, the spikes just don't have time to actually do damage. So you can just completely walk over them without taking any damage. It doesn't show up well on stream because it basically requires being able to view everything in perfect 60 FPS to be able to see it. And between restreams and everything else, some frames are lost here and there, so you can't always see it all that well.
Oh good, I got a ring, which I never go back for. So let's see, what has happened? I've missed Manips, another ring. I've missed Manips, Pochi died. I didn't have enough money for the key stick. I had to go back for the key stick. Anything that's gone wrong with this has certainly gone wrong. You watch, this is the type of run where I'm going to have Elixir for Rock Gaia. I need Elixir, and then Rock Gaia kills me a second time. That's just what's gonna happen, because this is, of course, the longest area of the game.
Yeah, that's the one unfortunate part about doing Zem's area 3rd and Mena's area 4th, is those are the 2 longest areas, and the bosses you fight are based on which number crown you're picking up. So the first crown will always be Terratoons, the second crown will always be Erebone, 3rd will be Archwinger, and 4th will be Rock Gaia. And in theory, you can do them in any order. It's just you just provided you have the equipment to get to each one. Doing Mena's area last, unfortunately, gives you the hardest boss, and this is the single longest area. So to give you an idea, the boss does, if you touch him, he does 40 damage. If he shoots you, he does 40 damage.
Yeah, this is the other reason I like the Zem first route, is because you actually go to Rock Gaia with Lil, but you do it in Lil's area, but because you don't need anything, you go right to the boss. And if you die, it's not that big a time loss, but you can still do...
Lil has some different strats you can do for Rock Gaia that are much easier to pull off, because Lil can fire 3 shots. It can have 3 shots on screen at once.
Yes.
Compared to Mena only being able to have 2, and in some cases, Mena's shots will continuously just get blocked by Rock Gaia's shots, and you won't actually do all that much damage. However, Mena's shots do double the damage that Lil's do.
Well, the other thing is Rock Gaia is safer with Lil, because you can actually just stop on top of the ledge and just fire at him, and because Lil's got more distance, she'll hit him just fine. And again, you also have the 3 shot limit count.
Yeah, it is possible to do that same strat with Mena, but it's a bit more risky, because if you get unlucky with Rock Gaia's shots, you will have a lot of your own shots blocked, and then you run the risk of running out of magic, and then you can't kill him.
Lucky Taquito.
That instay was actually just a safety trip. Pretty much every speedrun uses that in just to take a quick refill right there. Also, these spikes here, this one-tile gap with spikes, this is the reason why you cannot do this area with anyone but Lil. You have to have the wings to get over those. While we can walk over spikes if they're like out in the open without taking damage, you cannot do that in a one-tile gap, because that little one-frame hop bounces you into the ceiling and it just stops you cold. So you're stuck. You have to use Mena to get through the rest of this area.
I got enough gold for the rest of this trip. I don't have enough for Roaz's trip, but I technically don't need it. If I don't have gold, it takes a little bit more time, but after I get the Dragon Slayer, Normally, if we have enough gold, we just go to the boss. There's an inn right before the final boss, and you stay there. If I don't have the gold, and I missed that. What I end up doing is just going back to the house.
Going
Which
back
I
to the
may
house.
do anyway. The way this run's going, I may do anyway. Because going back to the house basically acts as a checkpoint.
Yeah, it's much safer because if the final boss kills us, it just takes you back to the last time you visited the house. And if you do that after doing all the other stuff with Roas, it actually cuts a pretty huge chunk out of what you would need to do.
Yeah, and the final boss can troll you. Or actually, every boss in this game can troll you. I got trolled by Erebone. Nobody gets trolled by Erebone.
Please, Erebone's a better troll than Terratoons.
This is true. You know, I'm not going to bother with the money. I will, because I'm going to take that safety. Yeah, everything that could have gone wrong with this run, it has gone wrong. This is one of those, oh, that's never happened before moments. And to be honest, it has. I haven't had these issues before. You know what the problem is? It's too early in the morning, and I haven't actually had my daily cup of Alf yet, so...
I'm a little... No, you know something? I don't know if I want to ask that question. I'm not sure if I want to know what a cup of Alf is. I
mean, it's basically a cup of Joe, but with almond milk, and I'm out of magic. Lovely. Yeah, cup of Joe, but with almond milk. I'm coining that phrase right now. You can thank me later, patent pending.
Also, as a note, if you don't have any magic, you actually cannot attack. You have no way to kill enemies anymore.
Yeah, alright. So we need that, wings, and elixir, because I need that. I just realized something. I don't have enough keys.
Yeah, you want to...
I told you everything that's gone wrong with this.
I was going to say, you want to pause jump out of there if you
yes.
not take the wings, but now you don't have the money to stay at the inn. You need to farm a little bit of money to do it.
Oh, fun. I told you everything. Oh, my luck today.
I have learned this lesson before where I took the wrong item coming out of there. I've had runs that did that.
I also was trying to remember, and for some reason, thought I was on a no pause jump route. There's the money. Okay. I thought I was doing no pause jump again for a second, and I'm like, well, these are the items I need if I'm doing no pause jump. And yeah, the other thing I do if I do no pause jump is I will actually basically open the doors first and come back to the inn. But I'm going to be banned from this community for such a poor display of gameplay with this. Even though I'm one of the moderators.
You're knowledgeable of the game's code. That's why you're a moderator.
Oh, yes. I gotta work on that rando again. I've been meaning to. Which I don't know why I picked that. I got enough keys, but... Please die. I don't want to deal with you. Alright, we're at Rock Gaia finally. You're gonna see why. You're gonna see quickly why he's called Rock Gaia.
On the plus side, you can actually take 2 hits without dying.
Yep. And I didn't need the elixir anyway. Alright, hey, we're on the final stretch of the game.
Yeah, so that strat you just saw there, it's dangerous, but it's relatively quick. Because Rock Gaia can't step down there, so you run no risk of getting touched by him. It's just his bullets that are the problem. Unfortunately, when a boss is dying, their corpse, as it flies up into the air and then flies back down to the bottom of the screen, can continue to fire bullets.
Yeah, and that's a thing.
And as we mentioned earlier, ties go to the boss.
Yeah, this game cheats like that. Working as intended.
As Nintended?
As intended, yeah. Money. I'm going to try one more on the Manip with Roaz. I was a little early there. And then if I don't hit it, you know... I'm at a loss for words at this point. At least I hope everyone's having a good time with Killer Dragon Dart commentary. Is that his best commentary?
I may have run this game once or twice.
Once or twice. Yeah, you run it once, you get a 23-minute run. I run it 100 times. I finished 6 runs in 120 tries, and I can't even get a sub 30.
You didn't see what I used to do way back in the day of VHS.
Oh, yeah.
And SDA. Also, speaking of SDA, hi MTI.
Well, I'm not getting scroll speed. I'm at a point where it's like, you know what? This game wins. This game has beaten me today. I'm gonna need a nap after this, and maybe a lucky scroll would be nice. Of course you give me a lucky scroll, but it's in the area I can't reach. This game is just trolling me so hard today.
Oh, good placement for that. When you said couldn't reach, I was figuring it was the lion up on the very top there, because that also was unreachable. But it was literally in a spot it's in Lil's area. You can't get to there from that point.
I would have been happy to. I would have been happy to pause jump if it was that one. Just because this game has just treated me so poorly today. Oh my god. When this game goes full on troll, it goes full on troll. This is a run that any other runner would not have gone through it. This would have been like a reset back, like at the Pochi's area. Oh, I could have pause jumped there. So we chain pause jumps here because I did grab the crown, right? Yes, I did. Okay.
We're not going to see Lion Boost today.
No, no.
Normally, what we do is we try to go up on the right side of the pillar, and we'll touch the lion at the bottom and hope for a couple of jumps out of it, and it can give you some height without needing a pause jump. Because each one of these pause jumps takes a full pause jump anyway. Doing one, pausing twice, so you can jump in midair. It takes a full 4 seconds.
And we are going. I'm going back to the house. I don't have money for this. And I'm going to try one more time for a scroll manip. I don't need to, but I'm not going back to the house. This is it. This is all you're seeing.
This is where we learn the secret strats of where Pochi can actually equip the Dragon Slayer?
I mean, in Rando he could. if that's what it was, if the game chose that. I really need to rework on that. Too early. You know what? Bump it. I'm out. You win, game. You win.
Oh, they're just giving you more money. You were having so many problems with it earlier. The game's feeling pity and it's going to give it to you now.
Yeah.
You don't need it.
Yeah, thanks, game. Thanks. I don't need the money anymore, and I don't even need magic. Because the bot, you get... No, that was pity. I'm sorry, that was pity. And of course, now I take that block shot. I don't want to take any more damage if I can help it. Thank you, game. You can be... You know what, game? This is what happens. Okay, I learned a valuable lesson today. Do not take a scroll before the boss.
Oh, no, it's because you're at scroll speed 2, which is 3 pixels per frame.
Yep. There
is a setup to be able to do this at scroll speed 2, but I don't remember. But it requires coming from up above. I don't think there is one for down bottom.
Well,
all right, here we go.
If I was scroll speed 3, I might have been able to, but oh my god.
So the primary strat for this boss is you get as close as you can right at the start and just get
Time's coming.
between. What was that?
And time. Go ahead and explain it now.
The strat is to basically get between Pochi and get between this is totally Pochi. That's the idea is to get between the dragon and where his fire breath is coming down, and you won't be able to take damage from it, and you just let him kind of damage boost you to the left while firing to the right, and you just do a whole crap load of damage. The problem is at the very end you have to jump out to the left because as we mentioned before, ties go to the boss, and the boss still has an active hitbox while it's dying, and if it falls on you, you die instantly, and you'll die before it gets to these credits here.
Shoutouts to Pochibot.
Yeah, that's what Pochi thinks of everything we've done.
That's what I think of this run today. Oh my god.
I think Pochi Grumpy Face was actually the best.
That was like
Pochi Grumpy Face was literally the epitome of what this run was.
I don't even want to know my time. I'm sure it's like 40 minutes or something like that. I gave a 35 estimate. I'm sure I'm way over it. I apologize to Power with Pride. I'm not proud of this run.
You did show off ludicrous speed, though.
I did. That's an accomplishment.
You went flat.
Yes, that is very much an accomplishment because ludicrous speed is. I've always wanted to do it. I learned the scroll 4 minutes, and which it's not as difficult as it seems. Also, shout outs to, when it comes up anyway, the composer of this game. I always shout out Yuzo Koshiro. This is one of his early tracks. And this game, one of the reasons this is my favorite NES game is because of the music. Unfortunately, I think the MSX version had the better tracks, but because at least every boss had a different track.
I would like to give shoutouts to the enemy named Memes, and also the enemy named Fail Snail.
Yes, the Fail Snail. That is quite the namesake. I don't know if we'll have time to shout out our favorite worker in this game, but depends on how. I'm probably going to have to go out soon, but we're going to shout out to Produce anyway.
Yes, there is somebody in the credits whose title is just Produce, and we're pretty sure his job was just to run out and get produce for everybody when they were hungry. He just went to the market, grab some lettuce, grab some carrots, grab whatever he could out of the produce section, and that was what they got to eat that day.
Yeah, and the game was kind of to give them credit. Whoever the produce manager was,
that person was a hero.
Yes, I mean the entire staff was not giving any protein, so they had to, or any food at all. So produce man, produce woman to save the day. But there it is. There we go. Produce. Shoutouts as always. Anyways, I think that's gonna do it for us. You got any final? I lost words for this game today.
What are words? A miserable little pile of bob and bobs.
A miserable little pile of syllables and sounds. That's what it is. Anyways, everybody, thank you for suffering with me on this horrible run today. I had a lot of fun, though. It's always fun running this game, even if it's going to troll you and give you scrolls at the very end of the game. But I don't need them. I'm going to cry now. Anyways, I'm Lady Starbird. Dragon Tag, they've been wonderful as always. Hope you all enjoy the rest of the marathon. Thank you very much.
Thank you all. We're going to go to a quick break, but in the meantime, stay cool, stay awesome, and I don't know, donate to the Trevor Project or something. Have you seen the awesome Yeti shirts?